I have Rusty York. I don't think Rusty's here, but we do have Nancy Becher. Nancy, anything? And Nancy's the hardest working Southeast police officer, the man in the city. Give her a nice round of applause.
Just to listen, but I would like to.
Not here, so ball's in your court.
Well, on behalf of Chief York and the police department, we want to thank you, Councilman Hines, for all that you have done and continue to do, not only for the police department, but also for Southeast residents. We so much appreciate your passion, as well as being our voice and advocate in city government, and greatly appreciate all that you do and the time that you spend in doing this. So we look forward to working with you and our other elected officials and our Southeast residents in meeting the challenges of the future, and I will be available after the meeting to talk with you individually about ways that we in the police department can better serve you.
One question I hear a lot in terms of crime stats. People always say the Southeast is a lot of crime. You always present the stats at the Southeast area. Can you share just a tidbit as far as stats?
Actually, our crime thus far in 2009 is actually down about 9%. We did see an increase, as we did citywide, in the number of robberies, and we did see a slight increase in thefts as well. Last year, for the year 2008, our crime was up for the first time, I believe, in 6 years. We were up, or excuse me, we were up 3% last year. And again, the areas that we saw the increase were robberies and burglaries. We saw an increase citywide in burglaries. A lot of them were in vacant homes. As you might recall, during the first 9 months of 2008, the price of scrap metal was sky high, and there were a lot of vacant homes. I think we have about 15% of the housing in Southeast Fort Wayne was vacant, so we saw a lot of vacant homes targeted, and it seemed to be an opportunity. As the price dropped in those precious metals, we did see a decrease in burglaries, and we've seen to have experienced less of those this year as well. Actually, as Councilman Hines mentioned, we don't have the highest number of crimes that occur in our quadrant. I hate to call any other quadrant out. Actually, there's another quadrant in the city that has a higher number than we do. So it's kind of a misperception that we have the highest number of crimes in our quadrant.
Thank you. I have a specific question. Nancy has a uniform on. You can ask her a question. Are there any other officers with us? I think I see Officer Russell with us and Officer Hines. I can thank you for being with us. 20 years on the force, I believe?
20 years.
21 years there. How many?
26.
26 years. Thank you. Thank you for serving and protecting. Yes, sir. I don't see Chief Kelly or anyone from the fire department, so can we have Bob Kennedy come up and share with us from Public Works perspective? He's got a lot of information for us. He's going to give us the Reader's Digest version. But if you have any specific questions, this is Bob Kennedy, and there's tables in the back where you'll go back and sit down with you and answer a number of questions. Bobby, thanks.
Well, I've had the opportunity to work with Councilman Hines over the last 8 or 9 years, and really respect what Glenn brings to the community. Hardworking, makes very outspoken, which is good. Make sure the 6th district is being taken care of throughout all different areas of city government. And I'll cover it very briefly. I will be here at the end of the meeting. I've got a good map here that shows what we're going to be doing in 2009 this year, and also what we've done historically throughout the district. In 2008, we completed right around a little bit over $2 million in street, curb, and sidewalk repairs just in the 6th district. In 2009, it will probably be closer to $3 million that we'll be investing in streets, curb, sidewalks in the 6th district. So we are aware of the concerns. South Anthony last year, we did complete a project from Capitol down to Fairfax that included a sidewalk, a concrete reconstruction of the area, and it's a very nice project, but it's expensive. That project, over $500,000 just for that fix. So we do have it's a big issue with concrete streets in Fort Wayne. They're very expensive to repair, but good news from the 6th district, we are doing another portion of South Anthony this year. It'll be in the McKinney intersection area.
Amen. You just made your own mistake.
Yeah, I drive the streets too, and we're doing everything we can do to get South Anthony and all the streets back in order. Living in Fort Wayne, we have a bad cruise level cycle, and the kind of when they get this age, the age of Anthony Boulevard, like I said, they're very expensive to repair, but we are going to make repairs in the McKinney area, the intersection to the south, that's so bad, and a little bit to the north. That's another section we're going to complete this year. Councilman Hines did want me to mention some of the stimulus projects that we've included for the southeast area. This is where I turn to our state representatives, Representative Moses and GH-08. The state is receiving over $650 million in transportation dollars for roads and streets. To date, Fort Wayne, Allen County, and New Haven, we're only receiving $9 million of that $650 million for our local projects. So I need help from all of you. The city administration is working hard, lobbying the state representatives. We're lobbying in Washington, trying to get some of those dollars back to our local streets where they're needed. Some of the projects we did include, I'll just go real quickly. We included Russell Boulevard, pretty much from the whole thing really, it needs resurfaced all the way over to Anthony. We did complete a little portion of Anthony last year. Several sections of Anthony Boulevard from Capitol to McKinney, from Gable to Paulding Road, and we included 2 sections of Oxford around the Queen and Turpie area, McKinney Street from Queen to Hessen Castle, and Tillman Road from Anthony Boulevard to Hessen Castle. There's $8.5 million we're trying to get from the federal stimulus projects for those streets. So I'll be around afterwards to answer any specific questions, just to keep the meeting going on. Stop it.